Okay, this is my first time recording on my laptop. Welcome to CAPSULE006. Alright. I actually just got off work and I'm about to go downstairs, get a complimentary breakfast. It ain't no 5-star shit, but it's a blessing to eat, and I just like eggs with the hot sauce. Couple of things I want to talk about, man. First, gotta thank the Most High, because when life is whooping your ass, oftentimes you don't know who to turn to. And there's more people out here than you think that don't really have a lot of people to connect with on this journey. And I happen to be one of those people, bro. Let me keep track of time, because I like to go down there before everybody else. Alright. I got about 20 minutes to spare. Usually I record on my little action camera, but I'm going to do something different. Put a different site on my YouTube. Right now, I'm on a, what do you call it, a job, travel, business thing right now. And I'm a travel merchandiser, so we go to different stores, we merchandise it, build up stuff, take stuff down, throw stuff out. Cool job, man. I'm very grateful for it, because it's allowing me to do things that I actually want to do. I've always wanted to travel around, and there are ways to level up in a career. And it's also a career that can get you into another career, if you know what I'm saying, right? Because you have some skin in the game. But whatever the saying is, I kind of want to just get on here and just catch up about life, bruh. And I don't know, just do the capsule thing. Today, it is Wednesday. I'm probably going to post this a little later. Man, I've had a lot of people questioning me about how life is going, asking me, how I've been. If you watched any of my other videos, you could probably get a good consensus that I was going through some weird shit. And, it always stumps me when I talk about these things, because it's not a lot of people understand when you're talking about triggering things, and oftentimes very dark things. But the truth is, it's not the fact that people don't know what these things are. A lot of people aren't awake to what's going on around them, how the world is and can be, and how certain people utilize it depending on where they are in this whole life grand scheme, the big circus, what part they play in. And I've had some people, man, asking me about what I've went through and how I'm doing now, and a lot of people think I've been faking, bro. A lot of people also don't understand what I've explained, because I haven't really told my story fully in a very detailed sense. I just kind of skimmed over me being stalked, harassment, people plotting on my life, trying to get me sick to take me out of here for money. Thing is, bro, this happens more than you think. And I just happen to be the one that my family and strangers tried all together. Man, I don't talk to my mom. I don't talk to my sister. I literally blocked my sister. The last time I talked to her, she texted me, tried to fake as if we stopped talking because she was mad at me. She knows that's not the reason we're not talking. My sister allowed herself to join something that was very dark and something that was very unnecessary, because a man was very jealous of me. So jealous, in fact, this dude was willing to do anything to ruin my life. And he's not a factor, I feel like cause and effect is very real, and attention is very real. It don't matter who goes out there and tell a lie, and I think that's kind of what I want to make my channel about. Other than my life is these lessons that I feel like a lot of people will skimp over, because so many people are fast to react and do something and match energy, and it's a big phenomenon when we talk about matching energy, right? And I won't say I made every right choice, you know, defending myself. That's why I always give it to God, because I cannot explain to you how I was able to catch the things I was catching. Like, I don't sit here and go, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can believe it, but it's still kind of like, man, and ever since I've been on this journey, you gotta understand, like, I was attacked, bro, to like really ruin my life. Like, I had people really trying to set me off, like, and it's really in the lies, you know. And it's crazy, right? Because some of these people are still watching me, um, like and I'm very aware of this tactic, because I used to do this shit, bro. Like, when I had an ex back in high school, I used to watch her stories on anonymous sites. And I remember finding out on TikTok, like, people can find out you doing that. They don't know it's you, but they know somebody's viewing their story anonymously because bots will pop up. And in this situation, I remember I was, like, watching a few of these people's stories, because I knew these were people who were carrying out, like, lies about me, bro. And I was curious at a point, you know, because I'm not really the type of person to go into confrontation, and I don't really believe in this point of trying to defend myself around people who don't really care. They just want to make you look a certain way. By the grace of God, though, I'm in good hands, bro. Like, it's sad to say, like, I don't have my family, bro, like, how I want them to. But I'm also just freer in mind, bro. Like, growing up in a family, bro, with real generational curses, bro. I'm not even gonna say generational trauma, generational curses. You don't know what your mom was getting into. You don't know what your father was getting into. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Some of y'all parents was into that shit, you know, and it's so crazy. Before I went through everything, right, I had a cousin who was insane or out of her mind, mentally, whatever. And I remember, man, my mother's auntie, but she's my auntie, my second auntie. She calls me and she's like, hey, can you go check on your cousin? I'm out right now and she's flipping out, woo woo. And I remember telling my mom, like, yo, I'm about to go over here and talk to my cousin. And my mom was just like, I'm about to come with you, woo woo. We go over there and my cousin is spewing these things, and I can see, like, the mental terror on her. Like, it broke my heart to see her that way. Her name is Jane. And shit is deep, bro. She said some few things about my uncle, my second uncle, to my mom, and that's what she walked out. But hold on to that, right? She was saying how she didn't really like, you know, my uncle's energy. She brought up a few things, like she don't really like them hanging around each other. And it's so crazy to how time just folds out after time, and it's like, well, she wasn't really wrong. But she's admitting certain things to me. She's saying certain things to me, things that happened to her. She told me about this guy she used to be cool with, how she was hanging with him. They were drinking, smoking, doing their thing, but she passed out. She didn't remember this. And her insides felt weird and all of this. And she told me how, you know, she asked this guy, like, what happened? And he was just like, oh, nothing happened, but she knew something happened to her. She didn't get too deep into the story. It's like she was just trying to tell me something. But then she opens up and she says that her and a woman, and my cousin, she actually liked women too, but she lived in a very, like, religious household. Feminine woman. She was kind of like tomboyish, but feminine at the same time. But, you know, the house she lived in, it was weird. And, man, that's a long story too, so, like, and I understood what she was saying, but, you know, she was fought hard against, you know, just being naturally or finding herself in a natural way. And she tells me that she participated in something of the arts to curse a man with another woman. And she was telling me that she made a very big mistake. And it's like she was admitting to me that, you know, yeah, I did have things happen to me, but I also participated in ways that I shouldn't have. That got me into a weird position as well. And she just started airing things out to me, bro. Some things were out of place, but then some things were like, I knew exactly what she was talking about, because patterns are real. And if you pay attention to your life, what you have been through, and you can pay attention to your family, you can see things. You can see the things that are wrong. You can see the things that people ignore. You can see the things that people try to protect. And then there's also this big overdome, right? Where you have family members who have secrets in the family, and they pick who they want to share these secrets with. And the rest, good luck. And in other cases, sometimes the rest gets sacrificed. It's real. And I was supposed to be one of those people. Because I didn't have a father. Because I didn't do that good in school. Because what I showed to them looked like somebody who was lost. And that wasn't the case. I was growing up in a world that I didn't understand. And that my parents couldn't explain to me either. My mom was in survival mode 24/7. You know, she used to always say this saying, like, it's always something. But I will always pay attention to what would happen, like whether it be our home, things that would fall apart, and I would see the patterns and chances that my mother had, you know. And my mom made certain choices that did not benefit her. And my mom would always say to me, let me be an example. It's so crazy, right? Because I remember, in my first videos, I said how my mother kicked... Don't copyright me, God. I mean, don't copyright me, YouTube. My mom kicked me out, right? And I remember she threatened me. She told me if I leave, shit would get bad. That's why I was so confused about the situation. Like, how do you kick somebody out because they're not doing or helping out or doing enough, moving fast enough, but then threaten me and say if I leave, shit gonna get bad for me? So I left, and I left because I'd never been threatened by my mom in that way ever. And something was telling me, get the fuck out. And I'm glad I did. And I got out, and I was trying to move into my job I was at the time, and I ended up being harassed by this man named Marvin. He put a camera on me on June 10th, and I remember I told my job about this shit. This man was even trying to intimidate me around my fucking job, was going to people, lying to them, telling people stories about me that was not true. I barely knew this man. I would have conversations with him at my job. He was there for about 3 years, and it's so crazy how fast time passed. And I learned a valuable lesson about just even being too kind to certain people that you already got a hunch about, but it's just like, hey, this is my job, people pleasing. And, you know, another chick got involved, but she was like, I think something else in herself. Like, I had a short conversation with an attractive woman, bro. And she would, like, do this honeypot and shit. Like, she was one of them girls that would want you to chase her. Like, she was looking for little toys to play with. You know, she was just coming out of something. I remember she opened up to me, told me how she got with her boss at 17, was messing with the dude, got engaged to him, was being a mother to his 2 sons and stuff. And I remember before then I was, like, attracted to her. I didn't mind, like, talking to her, flirting with her. But then, like, when she told me that, I felt bad for her. Because I'm like, And she was a pretty woman. One of those chicks, dudes would do anything to just get them in a grasp. And I remember she asked me, like, is that crazy? And when she asked me that, I looked at her and I'm like, you was in that situation for 9-some years, maybe more, still probably dealing with this guy. Because you got to understand, if you met him at 17, he was your boss. He was taking care of you. He was probably doing things for you. And to now be this grown woman, right? And Lord knows what her life looks like. I kind of got a good idea when she would say certain things, tell me how her family would. She really, you know, respected the opinion of her family. And her family was very karmic, I can tell. Because, like, when they seen she was very interested or very fascinated by me, bro, they started, like, being very weird to me. And I barely knew these people. And that's when I noticed she had a problem. Like, if I wasn't chasing her, you know, doing the ultimate most in this lustful energy, like, it would piss her off. Like, she would, like, ignore me. She'll be nice to me one day, then ignore me the next to see how I would react. I mirror her ass back because it's like, I'm not, who the fuck do you think I am? And eventually this dude who was obsessed with her, the dude who was stalking me and doing all this recording on my fucking name, and who I caught recording me at my job, and dude was digging in my information, was hitting up people I knew, all this shit, bro. And they got together, and it happened to be two people who were damn near obsessed with me, who was very mad that I was not bending the way they wanted me to bend. And these motherfuckers start messing with each other and teamed up together. The only way I know that this girl was messing with this man was because he kept coming around my desk dropping hints. Because he thought I was like what is it called? Infatuated with her the way he was. So he tried to use this girl as like a way to be like, yeah, I'm gonna look like the better man. I'm gonna win this girl over because I got more. And I remember telling him, like, do your thing. I remember even telling this girl, like, because I told literally the girl the day this dude was recording me, I went up to her shit, like, because I caught this dude watching her car, making faces at her car and shit. I'm thinking, like, do this nigga think, like, I'm messing with her, bro? Like, he would just do this weird shit, and I can tell she was playing him a certain way because he was very much so just reacting and shit, bro. And that was the day I ended up catching this dude putting the camera on me. And from there, I went through hell. Because it's like I was trying to like stay in a spot that was not safe for me. And he had this thing about him where it's like, I'm going to turn everybody against you. And because he had this rank and he was in the military, he had this daughter around, little cute girl who he would keep around. And she would make his energy look more lively and good. But he was not he wasn't sane, bro. Like, anybody who does this to people they barely know, and he was just, look, not my problem, not my demons. And he was into some weird shit too. He was willing to do anything to win, is all I'm gonna say. And I know more, but I don't feel like it's needed to put it out here, right? Why am I telling this? Because I have so many people I know that have watched my videos, heard this story, and they wonder why I don't say so much about it. They wonder why I don't do this whole exposing thing for everything I know, because it's not my battle. It never was. I met two sad people who were trapped, who didn't feel like they was good enough, who wanted and desired a lot in this world, and they were going about it in very dark ways. I wasn't like that. That's why I stayed at my job and I was humble. I had people disrespecting me every day, teasing me that I was working on a weekend when I wasn't even a weekend partying person, but anything people could do to like fuck with me at my job, because I came with this confidence, I carried this royal energy. I had people trying me every fucking day, and I went through this for years. And because of who I was, I'm like, man, that means nothing. It happened, it got into this point of where I had somebody literally physically trying to ruin my life, ruin my reputation, where I was like, why am I staying here? It gets deeper, but I won't go into the deeper stuff. Just know that I'm not talking to my family for a reason. My family can go around and say I'm crazy. They can say I'm mentally ill. All of this. I got stories on you bitches too. And they're actually true. It's crazy because I want to talk to my mom, right? My mom, who knows a lot about what I went through, was even a part of it. And I tried to talk to her like, you threatened me. And she still won't admit it. At first, she would ignore it every time I brought it up. Then it was, I never said that. I kicked you out because you were moving too slow and I did this for you, right? Then months later, I finally come up, talk to her. And that's so uncomfortable when you know what somebody knows and they are playing this role as if they don't know anything. And I remember I bring it up to her, like, you kicked me out. And you know what she says to me? She's like, I didn't kick you out. You left. At first, it was, I wasn't moving fast enough. I even brought that up to her, like, you said I wasn't moving fast enough. I was the only one with a job in the house. I kept my job for that long. I got me a car, saved up my money for that car. Same amount of money my mom actually got gifted out of nowhere. God did that for me. God helped me when I had family members that didn't want to help me because they didn't want to see me get to a certain level that they didn't feel like they were strong enough to get to authentically. And my mom denied everything. That's why I'm not talking to my mom. We did a little fake makeup, but we didn't make up because my mother, she was telling lies. And my mom lies about stupid shit. And it's because she doesn't want to criminalize herself, which is fine. But just know I will hold my truth. And since you can lie and make narratives on people and hope that they stick, all because they didn't stick does not mean I forget what you did. And since you don't want to admit it, that's fine. I still love you the same. But I'm not going to sit here and act like you didn't do what you did. And that goes for my sisters as well. Told my sisters I was being stalked and they tried to act like I was crazy. Brought up the man's name, all that. My sister was calling me at weird times. Every time I caught this nigga, I even told her how I was going to the cops. She literally called that day I was going to the cops. What are you doing? I'm like, man, I'm about to go put in a report in about this nigga. And I just remember how she responded like, oh. It's like, motherfucker, I just told you I'm being harassed. And it's crazy. She called me while I was going through all of this. And she knew what I was going through. And I remember she was trying to hang out. And I'm like, nah. And it's so crazy. Something happened in that moment that just confirmed everything. Was getting texts from people telling me to watch out, watch my back. It's crazy people out there. That came from inside the room. And when my sister saw that I wasn't backing down, she tried to say I was damn near stupid. And then she said something weird like, it's not like I would tell your business. Nobody said that. I just said a man was stalking me. He was going around to people I knew, telling them lies about me. Paying people, bribing them. So I blocked her ass too. Point is, that's not my family. Family don't do that. They're desperate. They want money. They'll do anything for money. They'll do anything for a little fake ass conversation with people who seem like they're of class. And that's fine. You know, there was a point where I was really fucked up about this shit. Not so messed up where I wasn't going to continue life, but I was just like, what the fuck? My family? And then I knew I had to be very strategic about how I healed, how I would document this, how I would tell this story, because there are other people going through this where I noticed they did not handle it right. Their emotions overtook them, which is sometimes the point. The narratives just won't stick on me, though, because they're not true. And I feel bad for everybody who was involved, who thought this shit was going to work. God has been blessing me in the weirdest ways, bro. It's been days I ain't have nothing, and I had to really trust God. And I always, in the beginning, I remember thinking, like, why the fuck do I have to go through this? I remember saying, like, you saved me, you showed me things, and it helped me get out of situations that I was not paying attention to. So why am I here? And it's because you will have to be tested. There are different ways you can get different things in this world, and this world is very faulty, bro. It's a lot of dark things going on, even in the mundane. And it's literally things that's going to challenge you. And you got to be strong. But you also got to get your desires in check. You ain't got to be perfect, but you got to understand what you put out is what you get back. And what you feed is what grows, in a sense. Just like that mustard seed. I am literally an example of somebody who survived something that most people do not survive. Or make it out mentally okay. That makes me a dangerous person. Because now that means everything that they lied about, everything that they wouldn't told people about, it falls. That does not make people leave you alone. But that's okay, because I'm ready for what comes. And they know that. That's why everybody's a little bit... God has taught me how to be a fighter. And not the way these people fight. To get things. Because they're inferior. And they're mad at the system. And so they're fighting it by fighting the people that's close to them. And there's a literal quote that says, You will not have to worry about the people who are rich. Yes, they do a lot of sick shit, and yes, we have a weird system that does not benefit all, or it's not really in the benefit for progression, really, and how we dwell on Mother Nature. You're gonna have to worry about the people that's beside you who are impacted by the system, who are failing those tests. And then you also gotta be careful with these motherfuckers who are going to practitioners and witches to get things done. It seems a little random and off, but it's not. It's actually very close. A lot of this shit is spiritual. And trust me, I know. I've had people come up against me with witchcraft. And it doesn't work how you think it works. I'm gonna be back. But I'm gonna say something before I go. Do not fear destiny swapping. Do not fear curses. Do not fear a motherfucker trying to go and make you obsessed with them. With spells. Obsession was a very important movie because it's actually happening more than you think. There are people going to witches, practitioners, with request. And if you are not in check with yourself, and if you don't know who you are, and you are not connected to the spirit that is in your body, you can get got. It's not so much magic, it's damn near science. And when you understand what our bodies contain, how we have magnetic fields and biofields, then you will understand. Shit, you could be getting attacked right now and won't even know it. And yes, it's people who smile in your face. The enemy doesn't always look menacing and out to get you. Sometimes they're perfectly hidden. I'm not telling you to be fearful, because once you get closer to yourself, you actually study the things that was given to us in Holy Scriptures. Not just the Bible, but you also pay attention to Jesus' story, and you also just read into other things. You will get it. And it's nothing to be scared about. But if you want peace, prepare for war. I'm about to go get my breakfast. I'll be back.
Alright. Got my breakfast.
I got me a biscuit with some gravy, got me some pork sausage, got me some eggs. Shout out to those ladies down there, bro, who make breakfast for the whole building. Give me a little waffle. But yeah, man, life is good, bro. I'm grateful. I ain't one of those people, bro, that desire too much that don't make sense, man. Especially if it's not on my path as far as right now. And see, I came up against so many people, bro, who want to have this high fashion, high class. You know, and it's a bunch of my people, black people, bro. All programmed to just be weird and just... They're not humble people, man. But it's because they're inferior to the system they live in. And I know I say that shit a lot, but it's the truth, bro. Like, you'll be surprised how many people... Oh, can't forget the good old joke. Couple joke. Usually I go black, but I want hazelnut. 2 sweet and lows. Simple. But yeah, man, you'll be surprised. Look at that. I'm about to tear this up. probably look crazy, but look, it's gonna do what it need to do. You hear me? And I got a burger I ain't even finished. But the job that I have now, bro, is good, bro. You know, it gets the job done. I get to travel. I got benefits. I'm getting paid. I get to take care of myself. You don't need nothing more, bro. You don't need nothing more. You know, my car is in good standing, bro. Everything is cool. Now, the world is the world. And you had your dealings, but as far as what is God given, bro, I'm blessed. As far as the system and its weird ass structures, of course, bro, there's gonna be some shit there. But this system is not God's, bro. So therefore, I'm not gonna stress about shit that was made a certain way for people to fall into line. I'm gonna just play the game. You know what I'm saying? And man, I hope that y'all out here being good people, bro. It ain't nothing to just be a good person, bro. Show love, defend yourself, and be ready to defend yourself, because you might have to get like that a little bit, but God is never gonna require you to do too much, right? Because that's the whole point. They want you to match energy to be on their level so they can actually attack you and get an impact and do a little trade here and there. That should only work on people who do the same shit that they do. They exist in the same energy. If you ain't a part of that game, you ain't part of that race, forfeit yourself out. They gonna make it seem like you can't do that, you gotta play the game. No, the fuck you don't. Do not listen to these people. But understand it's gonna come with a hard detachment that you probably was very attached to, that had you feeling like you had to play that game, bro. And man, that even in itself is a lot getting out of. But you can do it. I did it. And if you are going through shit with your family, because a lot of people don't know how to lead their family because that's all they know. I was the same way. And I was willing to take my mom's abuse, let her go around spreading lies on my motherfucking name so she can make herself look better in a position that she's made her own decisions in, that she's got her own effects because of the causes she has put out in the universe. And I left. You know, I was dealing with that because, you know, I love my mom and I had this old optimistic way of looking. I'm like, something's going to happen. You know, I'm going to get a blessing. I'm going to look out for all of us. We won't have to go through this. Tuh. You better watch that. You'll be sitting there trying to save motherfuckers who trying to take you out to get something. So please, save yourself if you are in one of those weird positions. Get away from people, friends who are, bro, even people who are kind, bro. I had to stop talking to certain people, bro. Like, you be around a motherfucker and they'll say some crazy shit, you know? And it'd be like, what makes me safe around you, motherfucker? Because I listen good? And see, that was the point. Like, a lot of these people who teamed up against me, they thought they knew me through little conversation. And then going to fucking family that barely knew me either. Y'all fucking took that L respectfully, bro. Like, that was the most stupidest shit ever. And I'm so glad I did not tell this nigga. And I was lying to some of these people, too. Like, and I'm so glad I did not tell these people who I was, what I really had planned. As far as what they went out, searched for, and got by force, look, I don't give a fuck. That still don't match up to what the fuck is in my mind or what I'm capable of and who I'm capable of being. And who I'm actually becoming. So, bro, do not be fearful, you know. Also, if you're being stalked, do not be fearful. Just pay attention. And when the motherfuckers ready to move, trust me, you gonna know what to do. I had to look at that. I would never been stalked in my life. When I was being stalked and I had these niggas doing little weird shit, I remember I was just pissed. I'm like, God, why me? Blah, blah, blah. And you do feel unsafe, but then when I realized, oh, this is the point. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. I'm like, I get it. And that pissed them clean the fuck off. Shit, you did all that stalking, bitch ass niggas. Y'all should have dropped me a 10-piece, you know? Paid my bills a little bit, digging all of my motherfucking business. But, of course, they ain't gonna do that. But look, don't be scared of war. We live in the real world. Look at the motherfucking animal kingdom. That shit is not fair. It's weird shit happening all the time. If anything, we a little bit more blessed than they are. Because we have abundant of options to go from in this reality. We can quantum leap, we can do all that shit. Motherfuckers know how to astral project. Watch out for them though. I'm trusting you. You do not respect the divine. People who do not respect the divine, they play with tarot, they talk to fucking spirits, they go to witches, they go to... Y'all do not respect the divine. Can people do these things? Yes. But it's not what the fuck you think. A lot of these people are slaves to what they do, and they make you believe they got all this power, they got all this knowing. That's why I researched the esoterics. You don't have to. It is a lot to get into. Gematria, it's a lot. But, and I don't think everybody should have that information, because just like the Robert Greene books, right? Everybody's, oh, this man dropped knowledge, he gave these secrets, and now people are using... No, it's been going on. The problem is when you have people who can study these things and then sharpen their manipulation, sharpen these things, yeah, it's a problem. But be fucking aware. He actually helped a lot of people out. Put names on certain things that you couldn't probably explain. And trust me, it's weird ass niggas reading these books, Art of War, all of that, trying to apply these things on people. Cover yourself with God. And I know some people get so frustrated because some people don't even know what that means, but Christ-like energy. I always say it's not about perfection, it's about the posture of your heart. Because there's so many things in this world that tempt us. There's a lot of things we don't know about our body that we're told that sometimes it's misinformation. And for a lot of reasons for the system to go the way it's going, it's a deep fucking loop. And that's why I try not to dig too much when I'm on this channel, because I'm not trying to teach people these things. I'm not trying to teach people what I know, what I've learned, what I've seen, or I'm trying to expose things. I'm just trying to tell you, open up your motherfucking eyes. You ever seen Vampire Diaries, Teen Wolf? You know how it was like people who knew it was vampires and there was people who didn't know, and these are people who was getting got, and then they was like, oh, it's a, what would they say? Oh, they got attacked by a dog, you know. This shit is real life, okay? These shows, these movies, that's why I say art is very important. A lot of people look at this art like it's fairy tale shit, but you gotta understand, art is an expression, okay? And we have created ways to tell certain things without actually just saying it, right? We found creative ways. Everything is based off our existence. It is nothing that we've created that has not came from historical things, bro. So take heed to that and understand fairy tales aren't even really fucking fairy tales half the time. They come from somewhere. They originate from somewhere. Just like some of the cute stories we see on Disney. I have a whole book my granddad had, and it's the grimoire of like fairy tales, and it's really the true tales of these stories. A lot of this shit is dark. Walt Disney. I can keep going, okay? But I don't want y'all to be scared. Like, I talk about these things because I can handle these things, but I understand these things can be hard things for people to just hear and just be like, because some people won't know how to go about their life after learning all these things. So play your role. Pick a role. You either going to be on that side and you're going to be causing chaos, corruption, and you're going to be with the shit, or you're going to be the resistance. Which one will you choose? Do not let these motherfuckers buy you. It's not what you think. They making you believe you gotta buy your happiness, and you fell for that. And you could always get it. These people don't hold shit. This is not the devil's playground. But understand, there is fair game when you play a certain way. So watch those people also who say, oh, this is the devil's world, this is the devil's playground, we're on hell. What the fuck is y'all talking about? We are not on hell. Hell and heaven is... Look. I love y'all. CAPSULE006. I just wanted to tune in, bro. I do not work at Walmart no more. When I made that last video, I ended up having to leave that job, bro. Because there was weird shit going on in there, and I would not allow myself to sit anywhere and be mistreated. And when you have big energy and when you've survived a lot, you do graduate in a way. With great power comes great responsibility. It is truth in that saying. And not all your superheroes that's actually on this planet is walking around with capes or in the highest towers. Sometimes they're in the lowest places because that's where they need to be. Keep rocking until shit gets smooth. You got it. And don't let these people break you. The world is really your oyster. And I don't know if I'm saying that shit right. I've been up all night. But I really wonder, even about the people I'm not even like talking to like big. Like I got people that I care about that I follow on Instagram that I talk to sparsely. I don't know if I'm using that word right, but sporadically, out of nowhere. And I know some of these people be like, you fake ass bitch. You don't even talk to me. You're not consistent. I'm not going to be consistent with a lot of people because I'm on a journey right now. A bitch that went through something. And when you go through these things and you choose to go with God, you get guided. You get taken to certain places you don't understand. And then you realize, like, okay, I see why I'm here. And when you become an agent of God's, when you get saved in a certain situation, you understand now you do kind of get like a natural spiritual job. Whether that's to love people, protect people, bring karma to some people, not by doing anything, but just by being in a certain place because your energy already corrects that and it exposes things. I remember I used to fight this shit because I was like, no, I wanted to just make music and frolic, but I'm also okay with this too. It's gonna be alright. The world is going through a lot, but change is good. And don't fear it. Welcome it. Learn about it. And then pick your role and your position. And pick it wisely. I love y'all. My name is Ajane. I don't say that often on this channel, but I created this channel because I wanted to find an outlet. And I am going to come on here and tell y'all more, but I feel like sometimes these things are enough. Just speaking a little bit. And for those people who do know me, kind of see me, and they see these things, and some people get the wrong idea of me, and they think I got it all figured out, and they think, you know, I have all these nice things because I got the nice things that I have because I worked hard for them. But I also didn't just get them just to get them. I got them right when I needed them. And then also too, bro, I don't got this shit all figured out. I'm still learning with God. I still get humbled. Sometimes I still make mistakes. But I make mistakes within my own bubble. I learned big time. You do not want to put what you are working through on other people. You just create a bigger cluster. And don't do that. Because it's not responsible. And you could be going through what you're going through because God has something very heavy for you to carry. That will be a beautiful blessing, but you can't carry it the way you are now. So get tough, get real, and get confident. Because therefore, when you go through these changes, you won't suspect that everybody is weird. You'll be able to see, and when you see, you'll just know. It ain't about running from these people because sometimes God won't want you to do that. God will want you to stay right there in their motherfucking face. I am grateful and I'm thankful. And to everybody watching this video, man, I really wish the best for you because this shit is not easy. But be open. Be willing to feel every emotion this shit comes with, because you will not miss one emotion. You're supposed to feel everything. It's an experience for a reason. And you cannot experience anything that you already know about. So, yeah. And the whole point isn't to get the answer. It's to live through the experience. I'm gonna leave it there so I can eat. I'm about to play me some Sims. And then I'm about to take me a fucking sleep break. Nap. I don't know, the schedule's a little weird, but I'm a night owl, so I'm not mad at it. It's like early in the morning now, but I'm in a little town. This is Michigan. I'm like, let me see, because Detroit is like right here, kind of. I'm like somewhere around here. And the drive was beautiful, bro. Man. I love you, stranger. And I even love you stalking, hating, dangerous motherfuckers. Because I know y'all only do that because y'all feel like y'all not seen. So you've created this motherfucking layer system to survive. Keep surviving. I mean, you're going to do what you're going to do. Cause and effect is real. Karma is real. The Akashic record is real. So it don't matter what you try to hide. Intention is real. And that is also documented and connected. And also, don't think you can run from what you put out there. One day, y'all gonna go for the wrong person. And y'all gonna see them. Because I realized the people who were attacking me, they were confident. They were confident for a reason because they've done it before. And it worked. It was nice to meet you all. Anyways, I'm out, guys. And I don't give a fuck about y'all seeing the name, yes. Wyndham Rewards. I don't hide nothing, bro. But I am private for a reason. But what gets found out, gets found out. I'm not hiding. Because I don't want people to think I'm over here. Let me hide the clues. I'm getting stalked. Y'all haven't lost my mind, I promise. But I've seen, and it's not funny, because there are people who have lost their shit. And I'm so sorry. Because that's not funny. But I'm laughing at the motherfuckers who wanted me to be that way. It's all love at the end of the day. You gotta do what you gotta do for what you want, right? And you niggas want money bad. Y'all even would be bad to get it. Look, you get what you want. No, you get, what is it? What you want, you will get it. But how the way you go about it is the way that it will come to you. And what it will be connected to. And for you motherfuckers who got kids, and you know who I'm talking about, and you out here doing this weird shit and you claiming this for them, you fucking up. All you gonna do is transfer that karma to your motherfucking kid. And some of these people know that. Some people out here having kids to sacrifice anyway. Trust me. So, look. Food is such a blessing. No matter what it is. And by the looks of it, you all about to be eating cans in this bitch. We all about to be eating cans and provisions in this man. You can't even eat lettuce no more. I ain't gonna lie, I had me a few Caesar salads though. I prayed to God. I'm like, look, God, I ain't scared of these motherfucking diseases or sicknesses. If I was supposed to go, I would have been out this motherfucker. Corona ain't get me. And I caught it twice. And I ain't get that worthless ass jab. But I know a lot of people did. And my mom was trying to kick me out. If you don't get it, you can die. How are you gonna inherit the house? Now look what they saying about that damn shot. The world we live in. Well, I better get ready. And do not look at these motherfucking celebrities. And these motherfuckers are puppets. Some of them aren't. Not all of them. Because not everybody who got a lot of money and who has fame is weird and into weird shit. But trust me, they know some things. But stop fucking pedestalizing, whatever the word is. Putting these motherfuckers on pedestals. These celebrities, bro. They all a part of the game too. And they're low-key supposed to make you want more and more and more because they're living a life that's funded to them. Half of the motherfuckers ain't work hard for some of the shit that they get. Some of these people get free shit. They get free shit off their families. Not families, but corporations because they give us entertainment. That's what they are. They're entertainment. Don't forget that. And if you want to be a part of that, ain't nothing wrong with that. But be prepared what comes with it. And some people don't give a fuck. That's why you got motherfuckers sacrificing people. Because they want money that bad. Because they like, this struggling shit ain't it. I'll take somebody out for this shit. And trust me, there's people out here and you want to get far away from those people. Because it isn't no loyalty. It's just selfishness. And it was something that was created by a system. And man. If it's too much, click off. But I ain't gonna lie. But there are people out there who is given influence for a good reason too. I always say like, if I end up getting a lot of money for like just doing this, I'm gonna disappear and be somewhere in fucking Alaska or some shit, bro, in a little ass house. But I'm gonna take care of my people. And there's gonna be a lot of shit I'm not gonna be having to put on the internet because that's gonna be a way to get you got. Trust me, it is rules to this shit up there. And if you don't play by a certain game, they gonna try to put you in fear. But please know, God has your back. You just gotta be willing to play by the rules God wants you to. And it's for a reason. Because there's so much corruption around. But I love y'all. This is a long video. Take care of yourself. And go enjoy yourself, bro. Go out in Mother Nature. Connect with Mother Nature. Please go sit by the water. Go touch a tree. Rub some plants. Admire some animals. Admire something that is not human-like, bro. And just try to be free, bro. Once I figure something out universally that I can share, that I know other people can adapt for themselves. Because right now, I can't really give you how I'm doing it. Because I'm on a special journey. And, yeah. But I'm sure once I figure it out, I'll be able to tell you. But for right now, just stay strong. And endure. And trust me, every time you endure, there's a period of receiving. Because you will be favored for just doing something different than what most are motivated to do, to kind of go against that very system that is actually very good for us. Share love, be good, and just watch yourself. I'm out. I love you guys.